Spoons, a disappointing result and a game that really hinged on 2 Nottingham Forest goals in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Absolutely incredible. I couldn't say I didn't see it coming because I know Forest too well and they're very capable of that. And we warned the players about that at half-time. By no means is this game finished, and be prepared because they'll come out the blocks at you. And we wasn't prepared, but they did come out the blocks. And 3 minutes 20 seconds, I looked at my watch, and they're two to the good. So you're left scratching your head with that one, given the fact that they've had ample warning. And the concerning thing is, this is the 3rd time it's happened to us. So the first time you think, maybe it's one off. And then the second time, but the 3rd time, alarm bells are ringing in my head now. And we just spoke to them in there about the need, if they want to develop themselves, they can't just be known as technical players. They've got to have that skill of being resilient and dogged when things, they haven't got to go out there. I said to them, my parting words were, don't think you've got to go out and win 2-0 straight away. The game's going to ebb and flow and you just have to stay with it when it does change. And the very disappointing thing was we didn't. We capitulated, really.
Is that, like you say, is it more psychological than anything else?
I don't know, Dale. I'm going to have a look at the video to see if it's psychological or people not prepared. We was enforced with our substitutions at half-time. And not using that as an excuse, but sometimes you lose your momentum through it. But the substitutions had no part to play in conceding that first goal. So it doesn't matter if you'd had the same on. It's about people doing the right things at the right time. And we certainly didn't do that.
And all that, despite getting your noses in front and a fantastically well-taken goal from Canaan Boyd, who's really shown his quality this season.
Yeah, he's fantastic. His energy levels and his reliability on the ball, that has always been a question mark that we've had against him. And he knows that. And he's worked very hard with the coaches to try and address that. And he's always been capable of scoring goals. But he doesn't do it consistently enough for me. But he's starting to add a little bit more consistency. He's got to add a little bit of variety to his finishing as well, because he does love that whipped, which he scored a few off with that one. But he does do it very well. But if he's wants to go further, he's got to learn a little bit more variation with the finishing.
Is there a key moment in that first half? As we've already said, Cain Thompson Summers breaks through and forces a fantastic save from the goalkeeper. They've had one cleared off the line as well. Do you feel now, looking back, that a second goal, even a third goal, would have killed the game?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's we was talking on the pitch during the second half and said, that seems light years away now. That it was like a different lifetime. The game ebbed and flowed, I thought, for the first 15, 20 minutes, and then we started to take a little hold of it, and we finished the game very strong and scored within that period. And as you rightly say, Cain does ever so well. Great run, good timing, and then he has the composure to go round and try to work the guy on the line. But the guy on the line done very well. And then the keeper pulls off a great save as well. So, 2-3-0 down, certainly 3, you can't see him coming back from that. But 1-0 or 2-0 is, for me, is always a dangerous scoreline with us. It's Leeds, we managed to close the game at 2-0. And today we was far too open.
Been on the wrong end of a couple of tough encounters with Nottingham Forest this season, both home and away. What's the difference between the two at the minute? We've said they've got some good players individually, but they've come on top on both occasions.
Yeah, again, I don't know why. The first half belonged to them up there and the second half belonged to us, and vice versa. I think the difference is in the two games they took their chances and we haven't. So maybe that's the answer. I'm not quite sure, but as I think about the game now, I think that could be the reason they've been far more clinical than we have.
Talk through some of the personnel. Michael Keaton, a big positive, 45 minutes on his return, 9 months out. Great to see him back out there.
He's fantastic. He's trained with us a few times, and his energy in training and that, how he drives people on, and he's a wonderful example to players that, if you apply yourself, you get through he's a tough lad. You know, he's to shown that resilience to come through what he's come through and to play with that kind of energy and that enthusiasm is a real testimony to him.
Jonathan Ground's back there among the back line as well. But at the other end of his career, Lucas Powell in at full back, an appearance for him that I'm sure he'll remember.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's made a mistake. But we're talking about resilience. This is where you learn it. If everything was plain sailing for all of us, we'd never know how to tough it out. And very sorry for him. But that is professional football, and he has to learn to deal with them setbacks. And you're talking about Groundsy. I thought Groundsy did very well as well. And he's a great talker and communicator to the players, giving them guidance, and it's great for them to be able to play with a player who's had not just Championship experience but Premier League experience as well.
Yeah, Miguel Fernandez back out there. He was scoring goals before the injury, and at least gives you another option to look for with Jayden Reid as well.
Yeah, definitely. He looked a little bit ring rusty today, Miguel. But Jayden is, he's looking a real threat out there, and his goals and performances have pushed him towards that first team. But he's got to carry that on now, and it's not enough just to play in patches, which I was very pleased with today, because I was pleased with his work rate off the ball as well, which has been something that we've levelled at him, and he hasn't responded. But now he's he's responding and taking the most of that opportunity that's been afforded to him.
Thanks for talking to us as always, Spoons.
Thanks very much. Thank you.